edition cupboard cooks. I absolutely love Easter, and not least because of the limited edition candies that you can get this time of year. I absolutely love cream eggs, I'm addicted to mini eggs, and a Cadbury's caramel is just all the more better when it's in egg form. So in this video I'm going to share with you 3 delicious Easter mug cakes, all of which take 2 minutes or less in the microwave, so you have delicious Easter cake within minutes. So let's start with the cream egg mug cake, and this is a delicious chocolatey brownie texture with a molten cream egg in the middle. Beyond delicious. So first of all you'll need a 1/4 cup of flour, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can also use white sugar here, but I find that brown sugar gives that really nice fudgy texture to the brownie. You need 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. If you're using sweetened cocoa powder, such as the Cadbury's one for example, then you'll need less sugar. 3 tablespoons of sugar is based on using an unsweetened cocoa powder. A pinch of salt just helps to bring all the flavours together. 2 tablespoons of a mild vegetable oil. I used coconut oil and it was delicious. You can use any vegetable oil, canola oil would be good, anyone that doesn't have a strong flavour. You'll need 3 tablespoons of milk or water. I used almond milk and it was delicious. And 1 full-sized cream egg to melt in the middle. So make sure you've got a heat-proof mug. They usually say they're microwave safe on the bottom, so do double check, we don't want any accidents. So stir together all of the dry ingredients, start in the oil and milk and give it a good whisk. When you've got a nice battery texture, then you're ready to add the cream egg. So unwrap your cream egg and press it into the middle of your mug cake. Try and get it as fully immersed in the batter as you possibly can, but you'll probably be able to see the top just a little bit. Put this in the microwave, start for 30 seconds and check it, then start another 30 seconds. Mine took about 1 minute and 15 seconds in total. It will depend on your microwave, but do keep checking it. Do bear in mind that this is a brownie, so it's not going to get that really firm, spongy texture of a cake. It is going to stay molten in the middle where that cream egg is, and it's going to be a nice, sticky, fudgy texture. It is delicious. So moving on to the Cadbury's caramel egg, and you can use a Mars bar egg in place of this. Anything nice and gooey and caramelly inside would be absolutely perfect here. And this cake is much more of a cakey texture, so it will be spongy, it will rise quite high, so watch out for that. Make sure you've got a decent sized mug. And this recipe is for 2, and the reason that it's for 2 is because it uses an egg, and the proportions for a mug cake just don't work with 1 egg for the whole mug cake. So what you can do, and what I did, was split the batter in 2, make yourself a mug cake, and then the batter will keep quite happily in the fridge for up to 2 days, and you can have another mug cake tomorrow, or you can share with your other half or a very lucky friend. So here's what you're going to need. You'll need 1/4 of a cup of melted butter. Unsalted butter is better here. 1/4 cup of sugar. I used caster sugar. I did find this quite sweet with the Cadbury's egg in the middle, so the second time I made it I dropped it down and used 2 tablespoons of sugar instead, but you can adjust the sugar to your liking. You could also replace sugar easily with something like stevia. You'll need a 1/2 cup of flour, just plain all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and this is what's going to make it really rise, 1 egg and 2 tablespoons of milk. Mix together all of the dry ingredients into a bowl, because remember you're making this for 2 people. Into a bowl, add your wet ingredients and give it a really good whisk. Then split your batter between the 2 mugs and add your delicious Cadbury's caramel eggs. I used the little mini ones, so I used 3, but you can easily use a larger one just by itself. If you do use a larger one, I would recommend putting 1/4 of the batter in first, then the egg, and then the other 1/4 of the batter to nicely coat it on top. Then you'll want to add it to your microwave. This one for me took about 2 minutes. Keep checking on it though. I would put it in for a minute first, and if it's still kind of wet on top, then you want to put it in for a little bit longer. It should be nice and spongy on top. Then you're ready to decorate it. I added a little bit of chocolate frosting on top, which was delicious, along with another little Cadbury's egg. So that brings us on to the final Easter cake, and this is the mini egg cake, and it is delicious. You can absolutely use the batter that we used for the caramel cake, but this one that I used was a more moist texture and a very vanilla batter, so if you're quite into a vanilla cake then this is perfect. It is moist, so it's not at all spongy, and it will not rise as much as the other one. So you need just over a 1/4 cup of all-purpose plain flour. I found that a 1/4 cup plus another 2 tablespoons was about perfect for one portion. About 2 tablespoons of sugar. Again, adjust the sugar accordingly if you find it too sweet. Adding the mini eggs obviously gives another hint of sweetness. A 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and again this will help it rise, although it will not rise quite as much as the other one. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, or a pinch of salt just helps to bring out the nice vanilla flavour. Now obviously you'll need vanilla. You can either use an actual vanilla bean, in which case you'll need about 1/2 of that bean. Otherwise, about a teaspoon of vanilla is perfect, or a splash. You'll also need about the same quantity of milk as you used for flour, so around a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. And you'll need 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Exactly the same process. Combine all of your dry ingredients with a good whisk in the bottom of your mug and start adding your wet ingredients. Whisk it until you get a nice thick batter, and then you can add your mini eggs. Your mini eggs will melt inside, but they'll stay a little bit crispy on that shell. So it's time to put your mug cake into the microwave. This one it took just under 2 minutes. I would check it after 1 and then keep checking every 15 seconds, depending on your microwave. You want it to be gooey in the middle of the mini eggs, but your cake will, like I say, remain very moist. So don't worry about it, don't overcook it. It'll stay more of a kind of brownie type of texture. Once it's done, it's time to decorate it again, and I decorated this one with a little squirty cream and some more mini eggs. Absolutely delicious. Satisfies that sweet tooth in an instant. I hope you enjoyed these mug cakes, and let me know if you make them yourself at home and how you got on. All of the recipes are listed in the down bar below, and all of these make absolutely delicious, indulgent and decadent desserts for Easter. If you can't treat yourself at Easter, when can you? So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you the next time. Bye!